Great. So the whole planet is
The
you
whole planet,
owns you.
the whole planet will remember my name when they go try to. So basically, when you're adding a mailbox policy or retention
Yeah.
policy, it would only do it one at a time. And I remember when we were
Yeah.
doing the class, I'm like, this doesn't sound right. So I created a
Wow.
ticket, and
You know
I
the
know.
classic, uh-huh.
Sorry, say that
The
again.
classic exchange. Yeah,
No,
classic exchange.
same thing.
No. The classic exchange used to do that very easily,
Mhm.
but then they changed it to newer one, and then that same thing was gone. So yes, you followed up, and then yeah, maybe it was
Yeah,
not there
that's
for
right.
maybe
That's right.
at
Now
that
that you
time.
just
Yeah,
reminded me. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah,
you're
that's great to
absolutely
know.
right. Yeah.
Amazing.
Now, quick
So yeah,
question. If you were
mailbox
to choose
policy.
columns, yeah, so that
Yeah,
fixed. Yeah. So now you can do sharing policy,
yeah.
role,
So it's
retention, and
collective,
action.
multiple users. We can implement policies
Oh,
to.
of course. Yeah, it
So
makes sense.
that,
You don't have to use a PowerShell script. I could have used a PowerShell script. I told him. I told the engineer,
okay.
I'm like, look, I could use a PowerShell script, but I don't want to, right? Like this was
Yep.
part of a class. So I said this was part of a class, and our students, we recommended we'd use the GUI side of things as the explanation. And right away, he every week he would have a meeting with me. Like this is what we did. This is what we're gonna do, and this is what we're how we're gonna attempt it. And
Okay.
next week he sent me a meeting again. He's like, "Oh, we haven't fixed it yet, but we're still working on it." So the engineer got involved, and he got involved into the messages, and he'd show me. I explained to him what I needed done. And he's like, "Okay, give me a couple weeks," and he did it.
Okay. Wow, man,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
amazing. That's amazing.
yeah.
Wow.
Quick question. In
Yeah.
columns, right? Like if you were to choose the columns, display name, email address, recipient type. Okay. So if you were to customize the columns,
Oh,
customize.
well,
If you were to customize it, right?
yeah. So
Say you
there should
wanted to
be a
custom.
column option here.
Yeah, no, yeah. So say you wanted to customize the columns.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a column that says exchange version.
There's a column that says exchange
Exchange
version.
version, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
asking.
they don't have that.
Like, what is that?
Oh,
0.2050?
there's a choose column here. Okay.
Yeah. So if you go to exchange
Yeah,
version,
this
yeah,
one.
click on that. Okay, click on that. Isn't this the old version of exchange? Okay. So you see that
Um,
version number 0.20?
yeah,
What is that?
15.
Isn't that the
Well,
old
that's their. I
the
think their
old
online versioning is different than the
is that the online
on-premises.
version?
Yeah, on premises is 22 they have reached.
22,
So
right?
here,
Yeah.
obviously, if it's 0.20, this is definitely Exchange Online.
Okay. So that's the actual
So,
exchange online version, right?
yeah, yeah.
And it's not
So
the
that's
CU,
correct.
like the cumulative updates.
Like
Okay.
it's full bundle name would be here, or
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
version number would be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, 0.20 means yeah, online.
That's the online version, right? Okay. So there's
Yeah,
different versions
yeah. Cool.
of the online. Okay.
Okay. So
Interesting.
good to know. And
Yeah.
let's then get back to our endpoint manager. And yeah, it was a lot of roller coaster rides going on here and there. So also for Intune, okay, so yeah, let's talk about I was gonna start today Intune apps and about the previous autopilot. Yes, what I realized was that virtual machine. What I was thinking and planning at the start of the course that oh yeah, I did it on hardware, so virtual machine should not be an issue as well, but it became an issue. So uh, yeah, and here. Uh, so autopilot you can try as well. I mean, there are so many videos out there as well. I had to get help from pretty much a lot of resources to make it all happen in our environment. There's just one issue there with the autopilot in my environment, in fact, that I'm still looking for, and that is that global admin credentials had to be put just to initiate the autopilot again. And there was other role. There has to be a role less than global admin. But yeah, I couldn't find time to search that. And other than that, apps needs to be installed alongside with autopilot, like automatically. So that is also, yeah, something that we implemented, and apps do get installed with a new machine when we are installing machine. We just have to add the user's UPN or email address to the security group. Anyway, I was talking about autopilot, but didn't go as planned. Maybe next time, or maybe hopefully I just create a separate video
Yeah.
with a complete step-by-step process in one video. Even in office, my colleague was sitting beside me, and I was like, "Hey, just give me some time. Let me just create that video." And that was also, I mean, not easy to do. There was some issues going on there as well, just to create a video. So yeah, I have to create a full package, like from start to end,
You
autopilot in one go
you have
in
that video.
office.
You have that video from last a month ago, do you?
Well,
We
the
have an
one that
hour. We must have an hour and a half of it. Just upload it. We'll take a look
I
and
already uploaded it and put it in WhatsApp. No,
yeah,
the
but
office one.
yeah, the laptop version of it where you're actually physically videotaping it, but the class version, the actual Cisco
Yeah,
WebEx, we don't have
yeah.
that. You didn't upload it.
Oh, we don't. I
No,
think
if
I
you
uploaded
upload
all
that
the
one, we could take a
versions.
look at it and see where it went wrong, and then I'll call Microsoft.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I'll
Where
figure
it
it
was
out.
Okay. Okay. I was
No, who
starting video. I
cares?
was
Just send it. Yeah,
stopping
yeah,
video.
yeah. Send it.
That
Send it.
was total chaos.
Who cares?
Okay.
Send it.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. So I will. Okay, I'll check it tonight. Where is it? And because I had to change two laptops as well, there was a lot of messy month going on.
Yeah,
Now I'm settling up again. Okay, so let's try to start with this as well. Intune apps. So there are apps related stuff as well here. If I go to Intune Admin Center, so there is apps area here as well. And in apps, obviously, just like you can control all the security policies, and you can actually control the whole operating system, any nick and corner of that operating system, thousands of laptops there. So you should be able to deploy apps as well. So that is, a bit easier with iOS and Android devices, but obviously it's not difficult with Windows as well. The thing is that with every app, you should be able to you should be able to implement some of the requirements. Now, excuse me, when I say some of the requirements for apps, so I needed to mention that what is the ideal management of apps in a typical enterprise? So what we should be able to do from Intune in app. Now, there should be, and what Intune actually offers, obviously, we could just be thinking about anything, and does Intune do that or not is a separate issue or topic. And there are so many third-party solutions now that have been created that you can purchase and attach to Intune, and after that, it's just a breeze. Well, I'll tell you what we implemented, what we ended up implementing as well. Okay, so what we should be able to do. So first thing is we should be able to install Microsoft or non-Microsoft apps on any user profile or device. And we should be able to uninstall any app. All app installation must be silent. And in fact, installation and obviously uninstallation must be silent. If the app requires local admin privileges, then the package, okay, we haven't talked about package, but the package. And what is package? We can customize the deployment of a third party app with the help of a Win32 prep tool. And obviously we're going to be doing that. So we're going to understand what do I mean by that. But what I'm trying to say here is that if the app requires local admin privileges, then the package or customized deployment of any difficult app, there are easy apps and then there are very difficult apps to package and deploy on thousands of machines. So we can customize the deployment of a third-party app with the help of a tool called with the help of Win32. This is just a basic tool. I mean, there are many other tools, bigger tools, more complicated tools as well. Win32 prep tool. So if the app requires admin privileges, then the package should be able to have the local admin privilege built into it, built into the code, we can say, but we're not coding, but that functionality should be there when you're deploying it on thousands of machines. If some application is, and the app must be light. So when we say light, obviously, if you're thinking about deploying Visual Studio to thousands of machines, that might not be so easy. And on large scale, we can't do that because it's going to be a very big package. Microsoft has a limit of an app deployment not more than 8 GB in size. So if your package is bigger than, or AutoCAD exactly, it's whatever is bigger than 8 GB deployment, we can't do that through Intune. Then obviously for bigger, application deployments, then we need to switch to SCCM. And that is also only possible in a faster network or LAN, right? So it can only be LAN where you can deploy bigger applications. Yes, it is possible. Even then, when I was in a university as an admin way back, I was using SCCM. So we were deploying just MS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Think Visio and Project. That really made it bigger. And back then we didn't have, we had like, I think Cat 5 cables or Cat 6 maybe. So even on Saturday when nobody was using that and I was deploying on 32 machines only, MS Office. So the package was bigger and even on LAN, it was giving me issue. So Sal says there in the chat, what about AutoCAD? Okay, I tried that already. You're right. MECM is the way to go. Yeah, MECM. Well, there's a mix of Intune plus SCCM as well. But yeah, if you have on-premises servers deployed and your environment is not totally cloud, then and your on-premises environment is huge.
That's right.
Then you go for SCCM. Otherwise, companies would not really go for it. And many companies have that. Yeah.
Just to make note, it's called MECM. It's not SCCM anymore. They changed it.
When so it's back then.
Yeah. But back then we're talking. Yeah, you're right. That's right. But it used to be called SMS, to believe it or not.
Yeah, 2.0. It was
SMS,
then SCCM, then MECM.
That's right.
Thanks for the correction.
People tell me that all the time. I always correct them. I'm like, it's not SCCM.
No, even in job announcements, I keep looking at that because I keep uploading.
I don't know why they do that.
It's all SCCM still, but yeah, the latest is MECM term that is now.
Even when you're getting job postings from recruiters, they'll still call it SCCM. and it pisses
Exactly.
me off. It's like it's not called SCCM, called MECM.
Yeah, big corporates still know it by that name, but yeah,
By that, that's right. That's
they
right. But it
should,
should be
they
called
will
MECM.
slowly change to that. Okay, so here, now we have, so these are some of the things that for a typical over the network deployment of apps, we would need that you should be able to install silently, and it should be available. Well, there are some more things like best one of the ideal scenarios or setup. One of the ideal setup would be that we so suppose the full process that the user requests an app to be deployed, and we, the admins, package that app for Intune, so to be deployed to all or some machines, right? Then we deploy, we can also call it another term, publish it to company portal app. So that's, company portal, that's more secure way to do stuff. Company portal app, and tell the user just to open company portal app and deploy, and just click the app and it should silently deploy. Also, if this is implemented, then we need to close some more app deployment opportunities or ways to deploy apps. So if this is implemented, then we can block Microsoft Marketplace access for users, because we can deploy apps from Teams, we can deploy apps from Outlook. Yes, users, in fact, our users were able to deploy the trial versions, and they did ask, some did not even bother to ask. And so they have access to, oh, there's Outlook, and there are so many apps there. So, then they just click, okay, what is this? Oh, it looks interesting. So we are not supposed to let them do that. Maybe I can actually be able to show, suppose I go to Outlook, we need to block access to Microsoft Marketplace from all those areas, add apps. So there are apps here. Now this is, I'm talking about, within Outlook, they have access to this, but if they need anything, just tell us and we're going to make it available. If it's supposed to be in Outlook, yes, we're going to deploy it across Outlook. If it's supposed to be, now this is the whole marketplace, and any app, you can click and the trial version would be downloaded. Obviously, you still have to purchase the license. You have to go through the company finance department to do that. But users, they try to just simply install. Okay, there is another scenario where user has so our comms department, actually, they're notorious in doing that. So there's a machine there. So there's a laptop, and yes, there is restriction that users cannot really deploy any app in the laptop, right? So users cannot deploy app in the laptop as it requires admin privilege. So then what about those applications which do not require admin privilege? For example, Chrome. Suppose we are saying in the company, hey, you cannot just download, you can only use Edge browser, but not Chrome, or not any other browser, Firefox or anything. Now, if the user starts downloading it, yes, there are ways, there are third-party applications we can purchase that, okay, just block through the internet if Chrome is getting downloaded, or block Chrome from every device. We can do all that kind of stuff. But users are not supposed to be downloading those apps as well, which are not requiring admin privileges. They should be asking us, yes, we should have awareness and we should have some punishment kind of thing as well. That, hey, whatever you want, we are making it available for you in company portal app. So it's all about users' knowledge. Company portal app should be the main area for users to look for. Oh, where's I needed that app? Is that already added? I needed some calculator related app or finance related app. So I guess first I will go to. So first thinking of user must be that I'm gonna check our company portal app and the apps area here, if that app is there or not. Then the second thing that should come to our end user's mind, okay, let's ask admin, right? And then admin can decide that, okay, if it's a large scale deployment, obviously Intune is there. Suppose only that department's 2, 3 users need it. Okay, we can just deploy one by one as well. Even we can still create a package for that too. But the process should be, is it here in the company portal app? Yes, no. If not, let's ask admin. Admin determines that can we deploy it through Intune or not. If it's just one user who needs it, we don't need to bother going through all that. Just simply remotely connect and deploy it to one user. If it's a large scale, go for Intune. Is it a big package or a smaller package? So admin decides everything. Users do not decide anything other than requesting, right? So this is the culture. It's pretty wide scale in many companies and users. So admins have not things under control. So they are really like struggling with, oh, that user tested something off. Seriously, just from internet? Oh, because there's no local admin privileges here. There are many ways to deploy, tell them not to do that. There are restrictions as well. Uh, just like there's a screen, I think I'm forgetting the feature name here, Windows screening or screen tip or something like that. But then you cannot open, initiate, install anything other than what admin allows you to do. Okay, Sal says in the chat, FYI only, SCCM and 1909 was the last time SCCM was used during the June 2019 update. Microsoft changed it to MECM with version 1910 in October of 2019. MECM is now using 2310 in year 2023 November. Okay, so that's a good detail. So I'll just show it to, it's in the slide, guys, but there's a history of it. SCCM to MECM. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
Okay.
I
And
have the full list if you guys want it.
full,
The full,
yeah.
the actual the history.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's great. Yeah, you could put the link there, or any person wants to request, you can
Yeah.
request Sal. Okay. So yeah, we're talking about then the scenario here that when you're deploying apps, it's not like just click, 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 yay, done. So there has to be a policy behind it. There has to be a mechanism behind it, and how end users need to be trained. But when you train the end user, they will start doing it. Majority of them follow rules. Actually, large majority of them follow rules. Only some of them are rebellious. But for majority, as soon as you say, hey, look at company portal app, and when they look at it, so our company portal app is totally empty. If that is the case, so obviously first come up with a whole solution, then you start training the users. Try to have some, so this is the company portal app. Normally what I do in my company, I just put the company portal app here, and then I right click here and make sure that it is pinned to the taskbar. I need to check that how to deploy in Intune, where it also pins to the desktop and taskbar. So wherever user, as soon as user starts to log in, he or she should be able to see on the desktop company portal app, and on the taskbar company portal app. This is their go-to area for anything new and deployment, right?
With
So if the user comes here in apps and there you go, nothing here. So obviously you need to then deploy something. If it is deployed and user clicks it, it should automatically deploy here. I tested that VLC and we're going to be doing that. But this is non-Microsoft, and we have to use. We will be using Win32 prep packaging tool. But that's a simple example. Anyway, we're going to do that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That this company portal app must be there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I was gonna say the pin to the taskbar, those are user settings.
Yeah, user settings. So
they're user configure, so they're GPOs. So they could be
in the
GPO.
Intune, we can do that too.
They're
But
GPOs.
yeah, in Intune, right? Okay. So yeah, that's the overall thing that I wanted to mention here. And we are in the process of implementing that in our company. It has been kind of chaos in terms of apps. Another very touching issue, and our Microsoft Defender was screaming at us every hour, was the patching of third-party apps. It's patching. So Microsoft patching is built into Intune and Microsoft Admin Center as well. But patching third-party apps, since we're talking about apps, and there are some issues I just wanted to share as well that are going with some of my friends, with me as well. So patching third-party apps. So there are all kinds of apps. There's Adobe. We're talking about third-party, which means non-Microsoft, obviously. So when we go for non-Microsoft apps, there then are all different vendors, and Zoom, Adobe, right? Chrome, and so many other, etc., right? So patching them all through one solution becomes a big problemo. I mean, like maybe Intune may have that kind of solution, but it's painstakingly, configuring it for each app differently is real bad. So we had to resort to another thing called patch my PC, right? So that was a solution we had to come up with. It's not very expensive solution as well, but that really was a kind of one-click solution for us to just patch third-party apps. So we have so many, and every company has. They have purchased like this from there, that from there. So there are long list of third-party apps or non-Microsoft apps that are there. So how do you really patch all of them, especially the mainstream ones? And Microsoft Defender was saying, hey, Zoom on these devices is on critical level. You will be hacked very soon. So it was like really scaring us, and we really needed a solution for non-Microsoft third-party apps patching. So yeah, we had to just go for this. Not only this, Patch My PC was supposed to patch, but then we realized that we can deploy apps as well, which was amazing for us. I mean, that we were not thinking about that it will actually deploy as well. So then we attached it, mapped to autopilot in a way that if the same user is added to certain security groups during autopilot process, so not only all the configurations are implemented on the machine, but also all the apps are deployed there as well. But it's like something workaround we saw, still full automation. But yeah, this is what we did, and just sharing my solution here. So overall, what users should be thinking and what our environment should be, that's what I was discussing here. So what should be there and how Intune handles it. Some of it is easy, some of it is not easy. So what Intune offers in terms of apps, line of business apps, and Microsoft Store for business apps are the app types supported on the on the Windows 10 devices, 10, 11. Obviously now it's always 10, 11. The file extensions for Windows apps include .msi, .apx, and .apx bundle. MSI app deployment was pretty straightforward and easy for Microsoft apps, obviously, or whichever app has been packaged, zipped, or put inside MSI. So whenever I'm saying package again and again, so better do a packaging app and then we will understand that too. But yeah, this is the link for Intune apps in terms of what is this. If I go to that link, and it's gonna open, yeah. So I got rid of Rogers and got Bell. And some of my friends are also doing that now. Okay, so here supported Windows 10 app types, 10.11. And if we go to, so I'll just put that link here as well in the chat. You can also open on your side and start checking it. Okay, so download, install, getting, hey, it's a clickable link. No, okay, patchmybc.com, exactly, yeah. So here, and I'll just put it in the WhatsApp as well. Let's go ahead. So here, yeah, it says that to deploy modern apps, supporting modern authentication for Windows 10 1803. After that, you can deploy newer versions of apps, newer versions of Outlook, newer versions of Teams here on Windows 10 1709 after this date. So many companies may not have upgraded to Windows 11. So for them, yeah, supported Windows 10 app types. So what kind of apps you can deploy actually through Intune? Specific app types are supported based on the version of Windows 10 that your users are running. And the following table provides the app type and Windows 10 supportability. Now there is app type.msi and home edition. It cannot be installed. Pro, business, enterprise, education, S mode, no. HoloLens, wow. Surface Hub, no. WChaos, wow. Microsoft coming up with a product, WCOS. I mean, I read it chaos. Anyway, there's just some product type of their Intune.win. So this is what we are going to check as well. This is pretty interesting because Intune.win is that package thing that I'm talking about, that you have to install the application in some machine and then package it up into Intune and upload it to Intune, and then I'll explain the whole thing here. We're coming to this. So MSI type of application, any Microsoft application, you can deploy automatically through .msi extension. Like MS Office, you can deploy. So if I go to the diagram here, so yeah, if you're going through, wow, I'm clicking that in. Okay, yeah. So if you're going through this, now you need to deploy some .msi application here. Oh yeah, I have to make the dot. So .msi would be all Microsoft apps, right? So all Microsoft. It's not only all Microsoft apps, but this is obviously all Microsoft apps, but also third-party apps. Like if this .msi is there, it's much easier to deploy and within Intune any app to Windows devices. But not only this is just the way Microsoft installer. So MS is Microsoft, I is installer. So MSI. If any app, Microsoft or non-Microsoft, that is bundled into this extension. So suppose it's a VLC player, VLC.msi. So if it's MSI version extension there, then you can just deploy it easily, right? If I go to, that's it. If I go to Adobe, So I want to deploy Adobe Reader to thousands of machines, right? So Adobe Reader, MSI, if I just go for that, how do I obtain an offline MSI installer for 64-bit Adobe Reader? So yeah, you can get it, and then you can just take it through the MECM, the older SCCM, right? And also take it through Intune as well. But you have to get that MSI installer for any third party. So WinZip, Zoom, you have to go through MSI first and then go for that. And obviously, the mainstream applications, Zoom, Chrome, MSI, or Adobe, they all have MSI package because obviously these are deployed on large scale. So Chrome browser MSI installer. If you just Google that, so enterprise browser download for Windows and Mac, download bundle, Chrome Enterprise and Education. So yeah, they do provide MSI package for whatever application you want to deploy on large scale through Intune or MECM, right? Okay, so here you just need to get that MSI package and then deploy. So if it's large scale and you want to deploy through Microsoft Network, MSI is the ideal. Suppose there are applications, complicated applications that do not support MSI, right? Then you have the other extension Microsoft says that you have to go for is Intune Win. And that's long name, extension name even. So whatever cannot be bundled into MSI can be packaged into Intune, packaged into Intune Win extension. So VLC.Intune Win. MS Office is Zoom.Intune Win, right? Adobe Reader.Intune Win. So Intune Win is also recognized by obviously Intune. And then from there, from Intune, you can deploy as long as it is not more than 8 GB, right? So those are the common ones that we can deploy. But if we go further down the road, okay, yeah. I have some open here. I'm talking about this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me just. It was. Hey, where's my thing that I was talking about? Okay, so anyway, we were talking about MSI installer and this. So let's just go back here. And so Microsoft Intune supports a variety of app types and deployment. Yeah, this was the link actually, and this was open here in Edge. All types of browser open. So these are the two common ones, right? And then there is Office to C2R. So some types of Windows you can install, some you cannot. LOB, line of business. Line of business obviously are also critical applications. So AppX, MSIX, MSFB offline. So Microsoft, other software that could be deployed offline installer you can get and then deploy over the network. Microsoft Store app. So that has been pretty easy stuff as well. If you go to, I'm going to click that Microsoft Store. So we know that it's Microsoft Store is available where there's a huge amount of apps. If I go to, yeah, this is Microsoft Store, right? This one. So there's a long list of apps here, and this is a marketplace, right? You can just purchase apps from Microsoft Store as well. And you have to connect Microsoft Store to Intune, and then you can just deploy apps from here. Obviously, you need to purchase a license, but there are many free ones as well, right? So I'm going to close that. Okay, so this is the list of apps. I'm just going to go ahead again. What you can deploy: web apps, you can deploy Store Link, Microsoft Edge related apps, and Microsoft Edge itself. To Microsoft Edge you can also deploy. So all these are there. whatever is written to here launched from the company portal. So there is two written here. So web apps can be deployed through company portal as well. But yeah, when we're talking about MSI, so this is direct deployment to your desktop. When I'm talking about .intune win, so it's a direct installation to your desktop. So let's go ahead a little and Windows 10 LOB apps. You can sign and upload Windows 10 line of business apps to the Microsoft Intune Admin Center. These can include modern apps such as Universal Windows Platform, UWP apps, and Windows App Package, AppX, as well as Win32 apps such as simple Microsoft installer package files, MSI. The admin must manually upload and deploy updates of LOB apps. So let's go for Win32 apps, or let's explore some of those options and then come back here, because it's gonna, if it's total theory, it's gonna be really boring for me even. So I'm gonna go back to this admin center, and I have already opened that Intune. So here in Intune, we go to apps and then we go to Windows. And there you see add, and in the add, you see here select app. So now you can see all those types here: store app, Microsoft 365 apps, excuse me, Microsoft Edge version 77 and later, if you want to deploy later versions of Microsoft Edge browser to Windows. Then web application, that's the link, and then web link. Other, it's also again web link. Suppose you want to put a URL on a desktop. Oh, there's a URL here. Click, or you want to put it on company portal app. You want to do that. So and line of business app and Windows app Win32. So if I go to the first one here, Microsoft Store app new. So it says here, search the Microsoft Store app new to find apps for Windows devices. So it says go to Microsoft Store. And then if I click learn more here, so well, I don't need to click no. Okay, just show you correctly right away. Microsoft Intune documentation. No, it's a general documentation. So that's why I was not trying to go before I went there. We'll just simply click select. So what are we trying to do here? We are trying to check if Microsoft Store, which is this guy here, Microsoft Store, right? Oh, let me open that. So which is this guy here. From here, can we deploy anything? So it is also online. Intune is also online, right? So Intune will be connecting to this. In my company, I had to make a manual connection to Microsoft Store with Intune. So I'm going to click select here. We haven't actually done that here. It's in the tenant administration, but I'm going to click select here. And it says that Win32 apps in Microsoft Store app new are currently in preview. Okay. Win32 apps are, 64-bit apps or older 32-bit apps are still available for working. I'm going to click that, search the Microsoft app, Microsoft Store app new. Suppose we want to deploy something to lots of devices. Now it's, you can see the huge list here. Oh, okay, no. So suppose I go for A and anything starts with A. Okay. Office. So we have lots of apps that has the name Office, and Real Office for free. Well, Real Office for free. Yeah, oh yeah, lab. Okay, anyway, so there are apps here. You just type the name here, and then what about Zoom? Yep. So Zoom players there. One platform to connect. Yeah. So Microsoft Store has those packaged, and it's Win32. So we can deploy any kind of app here. Suppose I go for Word. Wow. Okay. Now here I put Word, and there is spell a word. Is there a Microsoft Word select? So it's anything with Word, right? But if I go for Microsoft Word. Oh, okay. So there's another way to do it, and it doesn't have to be this, or not from here at least. There's another area to do it. So I'm just gonna go for something, right? Spell a word, text on photos and videos, something, and I'm just going for spell a word. Not sure what exactly the name says it, so spell a word is a fun and educational early learning spelling based app for your kids, really. So why am I doing that? Child. Yeah, some app, right? So it goes through then asking certain other questions. Publisher is this. So it filled up all this. Some other, we're going to go for another way to deploy where we have to fill all this ourselves, right? So here with Microsoft Store, it is integrated. So it's just filling up everything. Still, you want to put some more information URL, privacy, developer, owner, nodes, logo of that app. Okay, is it for system, which means all users, or is it going to be for user, just one particular user, or whichever user is added to a security group, and that security group has been added to the app, right? So it's just asking for that. Now, yeah, suppose I go for a user here, and or maybe system, all users. How about that? All users. So this means that whatever machine is connected to our Azure, it's all machines are going to get it. All right. So, okay, here, once we have done that, we have gone, it has filled up the first page. There's only just two more. But when we go through other applications, there will be a lot of options here. But this is like kind of straightforward. So assignments, now this is very familiar for you. Add group, whoever is part of the, even there is add user. Remember that for Intune policies, configuration profiles, and compliance policies, we had only group option there or devices. But here for apps, it's all add all users. So it's not some users. Either you add all users, all devices, or few users, then yes, you're still restricted to group. So I'm going to go for, suppose, add all devices just for this one. So whatever devices are connected, I have, what we created before here. If I go to my VMware workstation, so already, wow, the way the giraffes are cool. Wonderful. Okay, so here, I have my company portal app. I'm logged in from the user Amy Lawrence. And I have another machine that is logged in with, this is Amy Lawrence machine. And there's no app here. First of all, in the company portal app, there is one app here, VLC Media, which I was testing. So we want to deploy this word a spell or spell a word something to our machine, right? So the system is so straightforward, right? The whole process was nothing complicated here. Now on this page, there's one more thing I wanted to show. Required means it's gonna deploy right away. But what about available for enrolled devices? Okay, it's not showing actually optional. Optional actually deploys it to company portal app, but required actually deploys it, just simply deploys it to the machine. Uninstall obviously uninstalls it. So one more thing I wanted to check here, if I go previous, normally we have to tell that do you want to or uninstall link, how to uninstall this app information is supposed to be here. If that information is not there, then you should be testing obviously this first in your 2 or 3 test machines and install it, then try to uninstall it as well. Obviously you won't be deploying anything directly to your whole environment, even from Intune, MS Office. You would first deploy it on the test machines. You test it properly. Users create a user account And as a user, how would you want to use it and use it extensively? Then you deploy it to thousands of users. Okay. So category, when I came back here, I was just trying to check more options that, hey, where's that install command and where's the uninstall? But that option is not available for this particular app or whatever you're deploying from store. There are other ways to uninstall as well, which are manually configured separately in Intune. Then it can uninstall as well. So I'm going to go for, this is not really business. It's education, right? Photos, media, development, design. It's not business at all, actually, other apps. So this is just other apps, and somebody wants to bring his or her kid to office, they can use it, or at home. Okay, anyway, but there is no uninstall install option here. But when we do another type of install, Win32 package install, then you will see that option. We have to then tell it, hey, how to uninstall. So we just go next and yes, all devices and next. So this is pretty straightforward and simple one. But for other applications, there are a lot of options. Okay, so I'm going to, it still is asking for available for enrolled devices. Yeah, we have selected all devices already. I'm going to click create here. Okay, now when we have created, okay, so yeah, Sal has put in the message. You can read that. Crash my PC if anyone wants to join him.
Yeah, so I'm booking a time with an engineer. If any of the students who are here today only want to join that call with me this week, I have slots open from December 18th to December 22nd. So if anybody's interested, send me a message and I'll add you to the call. It'd be a one-to-one with the engineer.
Okay,
That way you get
that's
to
great.
learn. Everybody will get to learn that app too, right?
Yep.
Cool. I could set, because I have an account, I could set up a free call with an engineer. So if anybody's interested, let me know. Send me a message and I will add you to the call. Just give me a time slot that you're available, and I'll make sure that I'm available at that time too.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? This week.
So, okay, yeah, you can always communicate this, all other type of activity in the chat as well. So yeah, let's go back to what we're talking about. So
just thought I'd let you know. That's all.
Okay, thank you. All right, so here, so we were talking about this. Now, this is all the information, right? And it's all devices. So what we can only do is see here in device install status and if it is installed or not. I'm going to go to the device here, and obviously I will be requesting that. So I'm on the device that is joined to that particular domain. Obviously, this user is Amy Lawrence, is part of that Azure domain. So I'm going to click settings here and sync. And Wednesday, Monday, or Sunday, it's going to deploy there. So over the desktop, maybe it will show up as a link, or maybe in the search after some time we need to search or go here, right? But syncing this machine is requesting Intune, hey Intune, you got something for me? In terms of it's requesting anything. So from Intune, we're deploying app. So whatever changes were made, if it's related to this machine, they will happen at the end of the sync or during the sync. Okay, so machine has requested, hey Intune, give me what you got, and sync your device to get latest. Hey, it actually stopped. And so it may appear later even, so we don't have to really wait for that. I'm going to keep on refreshing throughout this time. Class time. Oh, actually, it was no, it was device install. Yeah. So, yeah, it will appear one day, Monday or Sunday. Let's go for the second type here as well. This was pretty straightforward, but it's going to be good if hey, there's a cell phone credit here. I hope it's not just app. Okay. Anyway, let's go for another one. But I just wanted you to go through that procedure. It does show in the full app area here, right? That there's one app deployed, and this app type is Microsoft Store app new, right? Okay, so let's go for add. So there is legacy one. We don't need to really go for the old one, but we get the procedure that these are just few steps that we need to take. Select an app from the store, and or all device selected on devices, or just the just one user, or just few users as well, or all users, or just a group. Let's go for Windows Microsoft 365 apps here, Windows 10 and later. That's the other category here. And when we go to Microsoft 365 apps, Windows 10 and later, so it also says add Microsoft 365 apps to install your choice of Microsoft 365 apps on managed devices running Windows 10 or later. Users must have an account and license to use these apps. So our users are Intune ready, which means, they have E5 license, which pretty much lets them use any Microsoft app, right? The end users side of Microsoft app. So let's do that. Now we're expecting that MS Office related apps should be installed on our laptop. So I'm going to click select here. And this is pretty straightforward that there are not a list of things you can select. Actually, you can from, oh, that's it. Microsoft Publisher, productivity. This is just a category. If you go up now, yeah, there are two of them, two other pages that we need to still go and check out. So yeah, it's productivity. Show this as a featured app in the company portal app. So there you go. We can also put it on company portal app, and I may have missed it there in the previous one, if this option was actually showing there as well or not. So I'll just go back here, duplicate tab. So I just wanted to check the previous app. So I'm just gonna quickly go. So Windows, spell a word, right? Maybe I could see that in the properties if and edit in the properties of the spell a word. Oh yes, I had that option off. I want to show it as a featured app in company portal, app as well. So yes, whatever app I'm installing, I want the users to see if this is something that the user is supposed to see, obviously. So I'm just pressing it yes. Last time I forgot to press yes. I'm just going to click review plus save and save. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the other tab where I was deploying MS Office. Yeah, straightforward, nothing much here. And next, then there's configuration designer and enter XML. So whichever you want to. So XML is just a configuration file where you can tell it what to do. Maybe you want to customize it. Hey, install it in a certain folder. Maybe or you want to change the basic design of how it is being deployed. Then you go for enter XML. Suppose I go for enter XML, then it shows use Office customization tool to create the configuration files that are used to deploy Office in large organizations. So do you want to customize? Okay, what do you mean by customize? Like you don't want Microsoft Access to be deployed. Actually, that can be selected in another option as well. But any kind of customization you want here, normally it's some features you don't want of MS Office, some apps you don't want of MS Office. You don't want to install it on the regular install path. You want it as optional installation, but not as a required installation. Maybe you want Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, 5 apps to be required and others to be optional. Whatever is optional always end up in, okay, it's on. It's locking again and again whenever I'm coming here. Let me just, okay, I'll click the sync here again anyway. Oh, it's just, there's another sync as well. Okay, let me just check the power setting because I need to come back here often and I don't want to put the password. Edit power plan. So, oh yeah, 5 minutes, it's never. turn off the display and balanced. Yeah. Change plan settings. That's a, oh, change advanced power settings. Turn off borders after 20. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to take that much time. So, yep, I'm seeking it again here. Or this machine is requesting, hey, it's Intune, what do you got? Give me, right? So that's what it's doing here. But yes, anything that is happening will, as optional, will end up here in company portal app, right? If I click the apps here, I'm still also checking if that spell a word did come. And also one more thing, was spell a word application actually for Windows or was it for iOS or Android? Actually, it was in the Microsoft Store. I was able to install it for Windows, so most probably it was for Windows. But some apps do take time, and sometimes we have to just search and it's there. Okay, if it was customization, you would go for XML. We're not going for customization here, right? So we're going to go for, then yes, you can actually select which apps you want, which you don't. I'm going to uncheck Access, Excel, OneNote, Outlook, PowerPoint. I don't need Publisher, suppose. Skype for Business already unchecked. Teams, Word. Suppose we want the important ones deployed, and I'll still go for all devices. Select other Office apps, license required. Now, if you have license, then only you can deploy that as well. Obviously, Project and Visio are important, but they're not part of the MS Office app, typical apps that you install. Suppose I go for Project and Visio as well. Yeah, I don't want to make it heavy. But anyway, it did not pop up for license that give a license now. This means that it would deploy it. And yes, if you have a license, go ahead and use it. Otherwise, yeah, it's not, you won't be able to use it. Then app suite information. These settings apply to all apps you have selected in the suite. Architecture. So what is the architecture? It's 64-bit already. It's already selected here. And default file format. So it's open Office open document format or open XML format here. Now this open Office document would be just that format, which is our typical Word, Excel, PowerPoint file format. It's docx, it's XLSX, and it's going to deploy that way. But XML is, again, you want to change and customize something in the format. Normally, it's just we select this update channel. You do want it updated, and that's a very good thing. You can patch MS Office. Obviously, it's Microsoft's product, so and it's widely used product, so they must have separate patching mechanism for it. I'm going to go for monthly enterprise channel. So there are separate channels here: semi-annual and semi-annual enterprise channel, and then semi-annual enterprise channel preview. So and current channel. So this channel thing means that they will every month through that channel, which is just connectivity of Microsoft's update site to your Intune, and through your Intune, it's going to deploy latest patches to your application. So that's what they call channel. I'm going to go for, okay, monthly enterprise channel. Please patch my Office applications. Remove other versions. Yes, if you have other versions, yes, it's going to remove that version to install latest one. If you want to go specific, then you can choose, oh, I want actually this one, that one, but we're going to go for latest. And then there is use shared computer activation. So shared computer activation lets you deploy Microsoft 365 apps to computers that are used by multiple
Computer just stalled.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Anyway. Hey, guys, so anyways, I just want to let you guys know, if you guys want it, booked a meeting with Patch My PC, their engineers. You guys want to and join the meeting, let me know.
Sure. So what you're doing basically troubleshooting of
So I'm sorry? No, Patch My PC. I'm booking a meeting with their engineers.
Hatchman meeting. Okay.
So you know, Patch My PC, the company. There's
No.
I can set up a meeting with their engineers, and they can talk to us about their product and show us how to install it and show us how to use it. So if
Okay.
you're
Okay.
interested, let me know, because I booked a meeting and I'll send you the information so you can join that meeting with me.
Okay. Okay.
Or is anybody here working? Are you working, Bakar?
Yes.
What time you work till? Because they
So
do nights too if you want.
normally like 9 to 5. So
After 5 o'clock?
even 4 is fine. Like 4.
So for example, I can book anytime, right? So if I'm looking at the schedule, I can do Tuesday the 19th. I have 7 p.m. Is that okay?
And how long it's gonna be?
Who cares? They're gonna show us how to use it.
No,
If
I
you're
mean
busy, it could be an hour, could be
an
half
hour.
an
Yeah.
hour, could be half an hour.
Sure. That
Yeah.
should be okay.
Yeah, at least that way you can know how to use it. I've used this before, so it's always good to ask questions to learn it. That way in the real world, and when you're going out and looking for work, you can use this as a stepping guide, right? And learn with the environments that you guys already have,
Right.
right? So whatever environment you have, the developer app 3E5 license, you can use that. Plus, you can use the Patch My PC. Right? So it'd be kind of cool. So
Sure. So Tuesday, you're saying 7. Can you make it earlier? Like
yeah,
5?
I could do 5 o'clock. I could do 7
Yeah.
p.m. If you prefer morning, I can do morning, like 7 o'clock, right? Because I work in the afternoon, right? So to me, I can do morning or night. It doesn't
Okay.
really matter, right? So for example, if you guys or Fazia, VJ, if you guys want to join, the more people, the better. We can that way have more questions, and they can show our whole class today how to use Patch My PC. It's a great program, very good program, and a lot of companies are using it.
Okay. Okay.
So
Sure, Sal, I will join
Yeah.
that call.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I have 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. because I work in the morning too, right? Either we can do early morning or we can do late night. It's up to you. It shouldn't take us that long.
For me, 5 p.m. is much better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I will go with you guys, whatever you guys.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do the 19th, the Tuesday. BJ, are you okay with the Tuesday? At least that way we all go and learn the application, and it's kind of cool. This is a great app. You guys will love it.
Okay,
And
that's
it's
good.
a lot of companies are using it. Trust me, a lot of companies are using it. So this is like a corporate app. So it's like an app that everybody uses to package. So
Is it okay if I'm not working? I'm in. So is that okay? Since I don't work and I don't have any experience.
So if you don't work, again, it's always good to add to your resume.
Right.
Fazia, right?
Yes.
You're gaining the experience here. So yeah, if you want to learn the application, it's good to learn the application, especially when you're going for an interview, right? And you're talking to the recruiters, or you're in an interview, and the interviewer asks you a question like, "Oh, have you patched? What did you use to patch PCs or laptops and
Right.
desktops?" Right? And you could say, "Hey, I have used Patch My PC," and then you know how to use Patch My PC because you've done training, you've used it. You know what I mean? So
Perfect.
you can answer those questions. So what I'm gonna do is Tuesday, okay with you guys? Bakar and Fazia?
Yes, for me it's okay.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put okay. So I'm gonna put 5 p.m. because some people work, right? So I'll do 5 p.m. Is that okay?
Perfect for me.
5 p.m. on Tuesday. Is that okay?
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Bakar, I put 5 p.m. on Tuesday.
Okay.
So Amir, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amir. Okay. So I was kind of talking to the group here, and Tuesday the 19th, if you want to join, I set up a meeting with one of the engineers at the Patch My PC for 5 o'clock for an hour. Is that okay with you, Amir?
Oh, me?
Yeah. I know you don't need
Uh,
it. I don't need it either, but I'm
No,
doing
no,
it
it's not about need. It's about time.
all the time.
There's
So what about 7
another thing.
o'clock
No, there's a class going on all evening.
Tuesday?
I'm teaching. Yeah.
What do you teach?
Oh man, it's another college. It's all Azure
Another college.
AZ104.
Oh, you're doing AZ 104?
Yeah, and another college.
Oh,
So and a lot more, man. Totally.
so you're
Well,
busy now, eh?
Yeah, but it's Patch My PC. I can just help
It
with
doesn't matter.
whatever you
I
want.
thought I'd get the people to learn it since we talked about it today, right?
Yeah, so just
You wanna
their
join?
support is very good, first of all, and
Yeah, of
they do
course.
give for 1 month
Yeah.
trial, and they just give the software and they give a temporary key, and yeah,
Yeah.
use it,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So like I said, I just booked a meeting for this class today, and I have Fazia and Bakar who are joining. If you want to join, you join. It's up to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not available at that time, but I can help in the background.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. So were you teaching at AZ
Net Plus
104?
College, another college called Net Plus College.
Oh, you still work there?
I'm connected with them forever.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
That's
those
someone
are
in
very good
that's
guys.
someone in Scarborough, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I've been
You're
with
still
them
there.
for
Oh wow.
ages now.
You're still there, eh?
Oh yeah, they're very good people. So yeah,
That's
I
good,
never
that's good.
can't leave
So-
them.
No, I got you. Okay. Are you still doing that AZ 400 code? Infrastructure as a code?
AZ400.
Yeah.
DevOps. Oh
Yeah. What happened
no,
to it?
DevOps I did not continue. I have some projects going on, and those are so brutal that I need more time now.
Gotcha.
So, but that's I'm doing every day in my office.
Yeah.
It's just that I need to have time to create all the perfect labs and not the basic lab,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the more
Yeah, it
bigger
takes time.
labs.
Yeah, you could do it
And I
next year.
realize
There's no
I don't have time.
you could do it next year. Not a big deal.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, DevOps I need to launch with something else very, very critical.
Sorry, Fazia, can you send me your email?
So yeah, guys, you can chat
Email.
about this in the chat, right?
Send me your
So
into that's
this is
all.
not
And then
really
I'll let you go ahead
related
and
to class. Yeah,
yeah, Amir, so go
So,
ahead. I'll just
that's
get the guys
totally
to send me
different
their
topic.
emails. Yeah, send me their
Okay.
emails.
Yeah, you can just chat with each other, right? So
Yeah.
okay, let's continue, guys, because yeah, we do have less time and more area to cover. Is it still recording? Ah, man.
Yeah, it is actually.
Dang. Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, it's recording.
Recording is in progress. Okay, good. So yeah, let's continue. We were talking about we were configuring that Microsoft 365. Let's do that. Where's the chat? Oh man. Yeah. Okay, so here, use shared computer activation. And so we were talking about just deploying MS Office and just trying to explore some more options here. A monthly enterprise channel would just patch it every month. Remove other versions, version to install, latest, and then we go down to use shared computer activation. So yes, it's if there's a shift-wise computers available there. Multiple users are using that. So you want to make MS Office available for all the users of that computer, then you can do it.
Screen share.
And yep,
Screen
except
share?
the no, this is
No,
one user.
you're showing us the
Also, its screen is not shared.
yeah,
Oops.
you're showing us the participants, not your screen.
Participants. Oh, okay.
Uh-uh.
Screen share. Okay.
You want me to show you here? I can show you what you're looking at.
No, I'm sharing my screen now. Yep. All right, so you're able to see the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, thank you for the permission. Let's go ahead. Except the Microsoft software lessons. So we were talking about the use shared computer activation. And yeah, this is just multi-shift people on same computer. If you want MS Office to be available for those, evening shift, morning shift, night shift. So then you have to press yes, otherwise it's going to be available for that particular user only. Except the Microsoft, if I press yes here, it doesn't offer any other options here. Suppose it's a desktop that is used by multiple people on different shifts. Except the Microsoft software license terms on behalf of users, yes, obviously. And install background service for Microsoft Search in Bing. So that's just install the background service that helps determine whether a Microsoft Search in Bing extension for Google Chrome is installed on the device. Yep. If you want other languages to be installed, then you can do that. If I click the languages selected, so yeah, you can choose any of the language as well. Suppose I go for some language here. Does it? Yeah. So there are no other extra options related to that. Just the it just shows which language was selected or how many were selected. I'm unselecting that and click next. Again, yeah, it's for a group. So I'm just gonna go for a group here where we have the Intune ready group already available and Intune Windows devices, select, and then next. That's it. And I did select that show it as a featured app in the company portal app. So that should be there. And let's see then how long it takes for the MS Office to reach the devices. Even the previous one, we're still waiting for that. So I'm creating that straightforward 365 apps deployment in Intune. And it is actually, yeah, done. So created successfully. If you go for the bell icon, yeah, I love bell now, no Rogers. So then yes, we just need to check here if it is deployed. But overall, the package was created. You can just check from here in apps windows that and go to all apps. So now we have two of the deployments here assigned, yes. And if we go for columns, maybe it should show date created. Okay. And I was more expiration date. Okay. And owner, platform, privacy, publisher, store, app identifier. But it does not say that. Well, it's going to say on show on the other side that was it delivered successfully or not. I've just added some more columns here, but those are just extra information about the app. And if I still go inside the app, that's where it's going to say that if it was deployed to any device. I'm going to go back here and still keep on requesting, and it logged me out again. Right. And one day, Monday or Sunday. Sometimes when we are desperate, we can scream a bit louder and also restart the machine several times if we really need the result very, very soon. So I'm still syncing. Sometimes we also go for this settings. Not sometimes when we really need a result, we just to it. Settings, and then go to users, and then go to sync from the user side as well, user profile as well. But it's a device. Yeah, this time it was a user. And there is accounts. In the accounts, there is worker school. In the worker school, then there is Amy Lawrence. Yeah, there it is. And info. And in the info, if you go, there is sync here as well. So the whole profile is saying, please give me Intune what you have. And then there is that device asking, hey, Intune, do you have anything? So now the user profile and Intune both are syncing and, really shaking up Intune that, dude, you need to do something. Okay. Otherwise, yeah, even that sometimes doesn't work because we have gone through during COVID times, we had to face all this. I had to face all this. So then once the syncs are done, then I restart, then I start the sync again. If it's still not there, then syncs are done. I start again and I start the third time syncs ends. Majority of the time it works. If you want it now, otherwise just wait. Every 8 hour by default, it still communicates, right? So yeah, apps should be populated after some time in company portal app, and something will appear here as well in terms of apps. Also Microsoft Office. Suppose I go for Word. So yeah, I'm just expecting it too soon. So I'll just give it time. Let's go for the next one as well, where we are. Okay. Now, other than that, if we go for apps, all apps, so we have tried, if we go again to this, so we have tried this store-based app. Oh, apps, Windows only, right? When I go all apps, so it's iOS apps, Android apps, we're coming to that as well later. But right now it's just Windows apps and select app. So yeah, we went for just the Microsoft Windows Store app deployment, how it is done, then Microsoft 365 apps, Windows 10 and later. Now there is Microsoft Edge version 77 and later. Now we can go through this as well, and that is Windows 10, add Microsoft Edge for Windows 2, install the Microsoft Edge browser on managed devices running Windows 10 or later. Okay, so it's just deployment of Microsoft Edge, but does it go with some policies? We already know that if we want to go for policies for Edge, I'm going to go to the other tab and go to endpoint security and go to baselines, security baselines here. So we have already security baseline for Microsoft Edge. So anything regarding security, you can configure from here and add the group, and on the users, the members of that group, these security settings will be deployed. It also says version 117 here. If I go back to the other tab where we are deploying that, so I'm going to go click select. So when we are deploying Edge, what else we need to see here? Because you do need to have the latest version of Microsoft Edge. Suppose some companies say, hey, just go for the vendor products. Some strict company says vendor products, we will not allow you to use whatever we are not going to support. So suppose only Edge is deployed, then yeah, you need to actually come here and do that. In our company, it's whoever uses what, but we're going to be making more policies there. Majority use Chrome, and very less uses Edge. I am totally Edge guy because yeah, it works perfectly. And one thing I'm so crazy about Edge is, and that's pretty simple thing, but I don't know how to enable it in Chrome, or if it is in available in Chrome. Suppose I do this, right? I'm just switching, but I can switch that from Alt Tab as well, right? Oops. Okay, again, that is, I'm talking about Edge. This is not edge. This is wall of fire. So if I go this and this tab, so I can switch between those tabs, but somehow it maybe there are some more browser open here, so it's still going for totally other app. Anyway, this one feature makes me work much faster when I'm multitasking with so many other screens open. ONK. Let's go ahead and right now it was not working, which is weird. Okay, so I'm gonna just simply deploy Edge. It's app assignments and assignments here, app settings and assignments. So not much, yeah, category, yeah, okay, show it as a feature as well. That Edge is available to be deployed, right? Information, yeah, nothing much. Owner nodes next. Channel, you want unstable version of Edge or stable? I'm just kidding. Yeah. Oh, there is unstable actually, beta version. So, or dev version even unstabler than unstable. Okay, anyway, yeah, we want stable version. Operating system default, yeah, language and logo. Nothing much here. That's it, yeah, nothing much. So I'm just making it available. I'm trying to make it available to company portal app at least, right? Some user may be using Chrome, and when he or she switches to Edge, sees the older version, so can deploy there. Actually, if I'm going for required, then it's going to be deployed to all. So add group, and I'll just go for Intune, guys. Intune Windows group. I just want to confirm Intune Windows devices user group. I want to confirm quickly if Intune Windows devices has Amy Lawrence. So I'm sure it has, but Intune, that's the only group I have. And members, I'll go for members. Yeah, Amy Lawrence, Megan, and Nestor are there. Okay. And yeah, I'm back here and simply next. So nothing complicated here. Okay. Once this is there, then we can, so I'm going to go for device install status here as well. Overall, yes, it is, third one is deployed as well. And that is, if I go to all apps, yeah, third one is also deployed. If I go here, hey, I changed the power settings. Okay, it's still locking me up. Yeah, so we have requested sync here. Now I'm just going to restart because we need results now. Please provide the results now. Thank you very much. No, okay. So yeah, here restarting. So while this is restarting, I have stopped other machine because I wanted to show you about the installation of Win32 app and the package, and that's a simple one. So I've stopped that. When I want to show that, then I'll show it. Here, Windows E, LA, and 1.11. So it's restarting. Oh, 10 and later, right? Yeah. So 11 is covered. I was just thinking that, hey, am I applying it just for 10? No, it's always for both. O and K. While it is restarting, okay, we're back. Now I'll put it to rescan again because we need to see those applications before we go for other applications. Otherwise, we need to t-shoot then what's going on. Okay, so when we restart, obviously it communicates with Intune as well. And app deployment is also a patience requiring mechanism itself. So well, yeah, it's loading, and that loading thingy is really pain in the neck. Okay, well, in Intune, yeah, can access complete resources, yeah. And there are one, you know, one day, Monday or Sunday, there will be apps coming here. I've deployed those. So I'll be checking, yeah, no apps for now. And app categories have not been created as well. But we're going to be configuring all that. I just need to check some other stuff here. And MS Office, so this means it's going to take a bit longer time than anticipated. We can still go for the next one while best match. So we haven't reached there yet, but one day, Monday or Sunday, it's going to reach here. So I'll just put it to sync again. Okay, so yeah, one more thing is that what's the machine name? I just need to confirm if this machine is registered to registered to, that's it. Amy. Oh yeah, so there is a command prompt. I'll go for host name here and Win11-Intune. So I'll check it out inside the Enter ID. Okay, so it's Amy. And then we go for devices. Yeah, so this device is actually, registered to Amy. So this is good. And Microsoft Intune, MDM solution is Microsoft Intune. Everything seems good from Entra ID, and it is compliant. The Win11 is compliant. Yeah. Okay. So if I go to Microsoft 365 here and device, oh, hey, it says it's deployed, installed pending actually. Okay, it says install pending, so status is this, but we can't go more than that. At least there's some status update here. If I go to Edge, so there's 0 here. If I go to spell a word, it is still 0 here. So one application has just gone ahead, and install pending is the status, which is Microsoft 365 app. And yeah, so for other apps, the only difference is that I went for not the group, but all devices. That could be the issue. I'll just change it to Microsoft Edge. I'll go there and I'll go to change it from all devices to group, right? And load it. I'll add a group. Actually, even all devices not showing here now. So in oh, it is added. Okay, at least one item must be selected. It is added, so that's why it is showing. If I go back here, it's the required. Yep. What was I thinking? It's there. Edge. So it's just a matter of time. But for spell a word, I went for all devices. So I need to change that. Assignment I needed to go for. So I'll go for assignment. Yeah, it's all devices. Add a group. Intune. Select. Like I don't need then add all devices. If I go to assignment, because it's the group is selected, I'll go back here and simply delete the all devices option and go for just the group option and save that too. And then go back here. Yeah, so the machine is registered with Azure. It is actually compliant with Azure Intune as well. So everything seems to be okay. So it's just a matter of time then. We're obviously it's something that we have to be patient about. So we can go for still the next topic and check out those ways of deployment while sync is still going and on. I'm going to go to settings. I could have gone for accounts directly. Why we go from here? Accounts, work or school, Amy.Lawrence, info, and go way down to sync here as well. So two syncs are going on, and yeah, let it go like this. And I'm going to go for the next one as well. Okay. So here, if you go to apps, so in apps, we have Windows, and in Windows, we have add button here. So we have gone through store app, we've gone through 365, Edge as well. There's a Windows web link as well, web application. So to add a Windows web link, copy and paste a website URL into app information. For Windows 10 and later devices, a shortcut to the website is added to the start menu. So it's the link that you want, if you want provided to to the users in the Windows, then that web link can be available in the start menu, right? So I'm going to go next here, and in fact I'll click learn more here first. So yeah, it's the same thing. A browser must be installed on the blah, blah, blah. Yeah, add a web app to Intune and description. Yeah, it's just giving all that information again. Next steps, so nothing much here. Okay, I'll just go ahead and start that deployment as well. All right, now I'm going to go to apps here. Well, I'm there already. I'm going to click select here again. And then what we're gonna do is, so that is the app name. Now, what link, what URL I'm trying to provide here? So I'll just go for some URL here with related to app management in Microsoft Intune. Suppose we want the users to know about the Intune. So, okay, Intune Microsoft. So sorting is the okay. Yeah, that's the link that it's going for the basic Intune related info. Now Intune info link URL, and it could be any link as well. And you can just give more details here. Publisher is Microsoft, and app URL is this, right? And its category is actually education, but other apps. Okay, books and reference. Okay, reference. It's a reference. And yeah, show this as a featured. This is not a featured app. So and information URL. This is just if you want to have more information, maybe the same link here. Privacy URL, developer, owner, notes, logos. It's pretty much the same thing. It does say that, hey, you must give some kind of description here. So this URL shows all information about Intune. And pretty much that's it. I'll click add group and go for Intune group for this as well and select it. So we're publishing a URL that should appear here in the start menu like this here, right? A URL should appear as well. If all goes well, then that URL should be showing hey and or. And yeah, it's also going to be deployed one day, Monday or Sunday. I'm going back to the machine for any sign of civilization. Oh, okay. Yeah, no available apps. Yay! Seriously. So I will have to restart again, I guess. And then there are some T-shoots, extra T-shoots as well that can be triggered. Sync R2, and then there is obviously the restart. That is always a favorite one. So we go for Microsoft. Microsoft. Oh, okay. I see Office. In the apps, but is it what I deployed? Because that could be just a link. No, that's just well, I've opened it, but yeah, it's again a bit too soon for our setup that we deploy. Okay, while this is thinking of loading, I'll just tell this, hey, keep checking Intune for anything else. So those two synchronizations are also going on. And I've opened that. No, this is actually a link that is by default here. This is not what I deployed. Now, there's one more thing here. I will be starting Windows 10 now. And well, the name of that user is Bowen, I think. So I'm testing everything on 11. I haven't tested it on 10 app deployment. 10 is also right now connected to my Intune. And the user in Entra ID must be showing this device connected to, assigned to the user, as well as this device being compliant green. If that's the thing, then only you go ahead and test apps on it. So as soon as the user shows up, I'll go to Entra ID and check that if this user and the device name shows there, and is it compliant? Is it green compliant? So that is something that we're going to try to know. Okay, Windows 11, welcome to Microsoft 365. No, this is work, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just take it away, take it away, take it away. No, that's online, man. I've deployed something. So, well, you know, there's that VLC media player that I tested before, and that is still not was not deployed through what I'm doing now. So yeah, that's gonna take time. What I'm doing now, I'm just going for 10 as well if it loads today. Okay, so there are other ways, other things to also deploy, but going through the process tells us that which one is how much complicated and which one is not complicated at all. And obviously we have to make it happen. So the applications better show up here. Otherwise, yeah, then we need to check that what's going on. If I go back to apps windows, Yeah, so it's top installation failures by devices 0. If I go to Windows, yeah, all 4 are showing assigned, yes, but other than that, if I go to 365 apps, it says install pending actually. And yeah, that's showing install pending. So there must be something actually stopping it. Otherwise, it's not supposed to say that for a longer time. Yeah, so it is pen and ding. So device install status. Actually, it's user install status. So it's, oh yeah, if I go to any, does it require admin privileges? Mhm. I could also go for enrolled option and try to install it. So let me check here. What is going on? Yeah. So the sync, right? All the time would not really have it. Is it even connected to Intune the way we were? Download pending is showing here as well, download updates. Okay. So at least the reporting is here. Then it shows what this app is prepared by your organization. Download pending. Your device is syncing and will begin downloading your app shortly. It's just internet connection. This means. So yeah, this app is now showing up in users company portal app, and it's just slow internet. Okay, so at least we know the reason now. If I go for additional information, yeah, it's just in progress. That's it. Nothing. Well, yeah, it's just slow internet. VMware Workstation. When the internet comes down to VMware Workstation virtual machines, internet really gets slow. We have seen that so many times. I've seen that it's too slow within the VMware Workstation. Oh, Windows 10 is back. Up. So, and it's Megan Bauer. So I'll just confirm this user as well. Um, as soon as it opens, I'll confirm 2 things. One is what is the name of the machine. Second is company portal app is is green or not. Company portal app is connected to Intune or not. Then we can go for any kind of testing. Okay. I hope VLC player doesn't show up here because I need to show it here how to deploy this with the package thing. Yeah, it's loading. Come on. And do we have company portal app here? I'll just check that. I'm sure we have it. I didn't pin it to the taskbar. And I need to also see if what's the host name? Host name is some weird name, UKIJQ83.
Yep.
Company.
It's a work group.
Huh?
That's not joined to the domain, is it?
No, it is joined.
All it's joined to the domain. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna confirm that now. But it's company portal app was signing in fine, and it was having issue. Then I just connected the company portal app to Intune, and it was yeah, it is okay. CAN access. So that thing, check access should be done. It's just that the name is I forgot to change the name. I go to apps here as well. So yeah, Megan Bowen. So this user needs to be devices. So UKIJQ83 file. Yeah, Megan Bowen. All right, so just gonna check that in Entra ID here. Users, Megan. Oh, Mehan. Hang on. And the devices, yeah, UKG, QoT, yeah. And yes, it is compliant as well, so we're good. With this device also, we're good. And we're gonna just check. And one more thing, if Megan is part of that group, I'm sure it was, she was. It was. Into members, yeah, Megan is also there. So this means it's just a matter of time before we could be getting. So I'm going to go for download and updates here as well. Nothing has reached this Windows 10 because it just started. So I'm just gonna sync this as well, and I'll go for accounts, manage your account, and go for worker school and initiate a sync from there as well. This is 10. That was 11 before. So a bit different interface, info and sync. Yeah, the sync here from Company Portal app and from the profile are going on. That just simply makes the communication a bit more reliable. On Windows 11, yeah, it's taking longer than usual to install this app. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. Oh man, why did I select project and Visio? Seriously. Okay. I hope it does not, you know, say, hey, no way, this is too big. I hope it's not bigger than 8 GB, then it's not gonna install. If it's bigger than 8 GB. Okay. Excuse me. So yeah, it's taking time, and let's give it some time. Let's also go and connect after the break, and then we're gonna actually do some packaging stuff as well with the Win32 packager. Also, yeah, so Tuesday. Mhm. Okay, so let's see how it goes there. Yep. Okay, guys, so let's take a break and come back.
No problem.
Oh man, that's what it was. Right. Very good. Lots of stars. So
1240.
so it's 17, right? So 20 minutes from that. 27, 30. Yeah, okay, 40. Yeah,
1240.
rounding up.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Okay. All right, guys. So let's get it going. I hope you're able to hear me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What happened to your DSL router last?
Oh yeah, DSL.
I
Well,
didn't see that part. Okay. Oh, your son. Oh, what did you? Oh, your son messed it up.
I
Oh,
tripped
yeah,
it.
yeah. Ooh.
So yeah, it restarted, and that's
All good.
when I was disconnected. But I think nobody noticed that
You go to
that I was
Bell?
disconnected for a long time.
Did you go
Oh,
back
okay.
to Bell?
Yeah, it's
Why?
well now and it's stable. So that's the main.
What's wrong with Rogers?
Well, it was disconnecting every
Did
1
you create a
hour
ticket?
for
Did you create a
1 day.
ticket? And did you tell Rogers? They should pay you
Actually,
for that.
I confirmed with my other friends, and they were saying that yes, it's disrupting
It is.
service.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I would definitely say, hey, every day that I miss,
Mhm.
right? I'm losing money here. Like
Yeah,
people are paying here, customers are paying here, right? So
exactly.
if I'm a customer and I have an issue with my internet service provider, I don't care what it is. I'm gonna create a ticket and tell them that, right? And tell
Yeah,
them that it's like I've got students that are yelling at me. I would have said, you
yeah,
know, just to
yeah.
kind
The
of
thing
help you out,
is,
and you get paid.
uh,
So even if you
if I
pay,
have to create, yeah, if I have to create a ticket for something,
yeah,
again and
not?
again, so I would change it.
No, I
And
would,
go
but
for
doesn't
something
matter.
that I
They
have a
still
good
gotta pay
experience
you.
with.
They still gotta
Yeah,
pay you for that, right? So you still gotta pay the bill. I think you paid the last bill or something.
definitely.
But definitely, even if your bill was 150 bucks, every
Mhm.
day that you have it, so there's 30 days in a month, every day, whatever it is, $8, $10 a day, they should be reimbursing you that.
Yep, they should.
Make sense?
I just got it off out of my way.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Bell is a good product. They're
Yeah,
1.5 gigahertz gigabits speed. They're pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. Okay, so let's get going. And here, yeah, so we were talking about, hey, why the application's not really reaching. So, yep, with virtual machine, the internet is terribly slow. And we can just do syncs and carry on with the rest of the stuff as well.
Mhm.
So I'll just check the app, and then I'll put it back to sync, and then we can go with download and updates should, oh, okay. So Windows 10 also has some kind of update here. Oh, it says installed for everything. Intune info URL. So it is installed. It is supposed to be in start menu. Um, oh, company portal. There you go. So there's the, if I click that, so there's a link that was added here, and one day the browser will realize that the browser was requested to open, and yeah, so here,
The condo that you're at in there, they're
Mhm.
Rogers, I guess. They use Rogers.
um, they have Rogers and Bell, and
So they give you guys a package, I guess, for that kind of
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a link here already, but this company portal, I mean, that's not exactly what I was. This is the actual application. Oh, there you go. Intune
There you go.
info URL. So I could have been more, but yeah, this is what I just put as an example. Intune info URL. So yeah, this works. Yay!
Yeah.
Okay. So you can put URLs here in the start menu, and those could be very helpful URLs. That's one thing.
Like
If we
servers.
go, yeah, exactly. Anything URL or opens in a browser, yeah. And it says everything is installed. So where is everything then? I'm going to go for Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Yes, I do see them as well in project as well. So that's the second. Yay. Okay. Yeah, obviously this has to be licensed, but it is deployed now with Intune. If we go for the third one, that was spell a word. Actually, the company portal app says that this was also installed. If I go back to downloads and updates, so spell word is okay. It's a 3MB publisher. Is the name is 3MB. It's also installed. If I go to 3MB, then I should be having this. If it's not here, then I'll go for wherever the 3MB folder is or the spell word. But it says installed. It's always good to confirm that. Suppose it was a critical app, so you would always want to confirm that.
That's right. It's right
There you
above
go.
sticky notes.
There you go. Yeah, spell word is also there.
What are you installing in this? What is this?
Wow, that's something I chose. In fact, level 3 and which and speak, show me. Okay, anyway, so yeah, it's some kid stuff that. So from Microsoft Store, we can deploy anything, and it's gonna end up here. Downloads and updates. I did set them up to be shown as a featured app in the apps area, but we need to then check again this. But right now, downloads and updates in Windows 10, at least it's showing it's all good. And all three are confirmed to be there. If I go for Windows 11 and it did not really accept my, power request. So I'm going to still go back to, okay, app categories in, it's a bit more slower in response. So I'm just going to go back to downloads and updates. And yeah, Intune info URL here is also installed, and app 365 here is also installed. What is not installed is the Edge. I think it's the latest Edge already. It has, so that's why I'm gonna go check it out here. But actually, yeah, all apps and more. So if you go to all apps, then you would see Excel new and whatever is new, and then the Intune. If I just type Intune, it should be showing there as a URL. Or yeah, it says installed. We confirmed it already. Oh yeah, there it is. Intune for info URL, and it just should take us to that Edge. Always use Edge, and yeah, it takes us to what we had put there as a URL. So how to deploy URL? How to deploy Microsoft 365 apps to Windows machines, and how to deploy from anything in the store, Microsoft Store. These are the three types of deployments we have done. In fact, when I was creating this, I did not mention it this way. So types of installations. So yeah, install it app deployment from Microsoft Store. So that's a huge amount of app repository that you can deploy. In fact, my recommendation is when you are doing this or testing this, go for bigger applications as well, MS Office or anything bigger. Actually, MS Office we deployed, but anything else or more complicated, or just try to have more and more, maybe 12, 13 or 20 applications, play with it and try to T-shoot. App deployment from Microsoft Store, app deployment from, well, that is just MS 365, Microsoft 365 apps deployment. And then there is a Microsoft Edge, but I think Edge is available for all. And then there is a URL deployment to start menu of Windows machines. Now let's go for the next one, and that is okay, Win32 app is something that I wanted to show. So given the time, we'll be going for that. That's the most interesting as well. If I go back here to the endpoint manager, so everything got installed. If we go to Windows again and click Add, and go to this list. App Store done. Oh, Store app done. 365 apps, Edge, and Web. Now, Edge, we don't see, or maybe it's there and showing new, but it was particularly new when in 11 at least. So it would have been updated, but I didn't confirm it. If you go further down here, there's WebLink, there's Windows WebLink, and then there is WebLink here as well. If we actually, we're gonna touch that. Let me just check. To add a web app, copy and paste its website URL into app information. Intune will create a shortcut to the URL on assigned device screens. Web apps aren't supported on Android enterprise devices and with workflow files. So this is again a URL, but it's going to be shortcut to the URL on assigned device screens. So it could be the desktop on which you can just put the web link. Given the time, so we're going to still do that, but I wanted to show you the package thing first, and then we're going to come back to this as well. According to the importance, we can go ahead, but definitely we're going to be trying all this. There is line of business app here as well. I'm just going to click that, but ultimately we'll start the lab here, and then obviously we're going to cover, if not today, then next class. So I'm going to go for this line of business app, and then there is to add a custom or in-house app, upload the app's installation file, right? Make sure that the file extension matches the app's intended platform. So yeah, these are the extensions it is showing here. Intune supports the following line of business app platforms and extensions. So Android, if the app you're deploying to Android, we're not deploying to Android, but just Windows, is .apk, iOS IPA, macOS .pkg, and Windows. So yes, we're on Windows. So their .msi is supported, .apx, .appx, .appx bundle, .msix, and .msix bundle are supported here. Now, MSI is not really hard to find. You just Google it and you get the downloaded version of, suppose there's Chrome here, Chrome offline installer.msi. You get that and you can actually install it. So that is one thing. This is not really big deal, but I'll be collecting some MSIs and AppXs and AppX bundles as well to show you that how to install that. Then obviously we're going to be going for app deployment for Android and iOS when we start that topic. But I'm just going to cancel out from this one as well. This is also, obviously we're going to still do that. But the lab prepared, I'll just go to that because that's more interesting. And that is Windows app Win32. So these two, we will still be doing that, but after this. Windows app Win32 is that whatever you can, oh, okay, I have to go back, I guess. Yeah, whatever you cannot cover in line of business apps, which is if you don't have .msi for that, if you don't have the other extensions, AppX, AppX bundle extension. So whatever you cannot do from line of business app deployment, you can do from Windows app Win32 here. So if I click that, it has its learn more about. Also, there is another thing that Microsoft has added, and that's pretty cool as well. Validate your applications using test base for Microsoft 365. I haven't used that in my production environment, production test environment. So test base is a cloud validation service that allows you to easily onboard your applications through the Azure portal. You can quickly view deep insights, including test results, performance metrics, and crash hang signals. So there's that test base here as well. That is pretty cool. So we're going to checking out that as well. I'm going to click that, learn more about Win32 based apps, and prepare Win32 app content for upload. So there are prerequisites here. Microsoft Intune enables Win32 app management, although it's possible for cloud connected customers to use Microsoft Configuration Manager. For Windows app management, Intune only customers will have greater management capabilities for their Win32 apps. So This app management capability supports both 32 and 64-bit operating system architecture for Windows applications. So any other type of application that is not MSI, you can try to go for that. So it also says when you're deploying Win32 apps, consider using the Win32 app type in Intune exclusively. So particularly when you have a multiple file Win32 app installer, if you mix the installation Win32 app with line of business during autopilot enrollment, the app installation might fail. So what it says in English is that if you are deploying the OS, suppose there's a device here, there's a laptop here, and that laptop you're preparing, and you have you're using autopilot for that. Now this autopilot actually installs OS, it installs all the policies, right? And everything, right? Now it says that obviously it's not just OS you would want to install automatically. Wow, how did I put P here? Okay, so policies, but you would want to deploy apps here as well. So if you want to deploy apps here, then if you are combining the remote deployment of line of business apps as well as Win32 apps, so they don't talk to each other. And if you're deploying this, so it could start deploying, and if you're deploying any apps through this process, they could also start deploying at the same time, and it could mess up your operating system. So they're saying that if you're deploying through line of business, or if you're deploying through one Win32, so it could be any one that you can attach to autopilot. So as soon as autopilot finishes deploying OS and it's deploying all the configuration profiles and compliance policies, then when it comes to apps, either you just deploy anything that is line of business, you have configured that, okay, this way, MSI package, adobe.msi I'm deploying here, chrome.msi I'm deploying here, or zoom.msi I'm deploying here. So just use then only line of business with autopilot. Or you don't want to go for LOB line of business, then you can go for Win32, which is any other, like you name it, and if it can be packaged, then you can just deploy it. So 7-zip, maybe you're deploying here, or maybe VLC you're deploying here. So all that you can deploy through. But if you're deploying applications which were packaged through Win32, then do not use LOB. So that's what they're saying. With autopilot, any one way of deploying application will work, but not both. So that said, if we go ahead, there are prerequisites here to use Win32 app management. Be sure the following criteria are met. Use Win 10 version 1607 or later. So it should not be a version lesser than 1607 for Windows 10, and it can only be enterprise, professional, or education editions. Devices must be enrolled in Intune or either Intro registered. Yeah, our devices are already enrolled, so we're good. If we go further here, Microsoft Intune Management Extension IME provides Intune Win32 app type capabilities on managed clients. It is installed automatically when PowerShell script or Win32 app is assigned. Okay, we're going to see that. But here, prepare the Win32 app content for upload. Now, what do we really need to? So what are we trying to do first of all? Obviously, let's go back to that. Our scenario is that we suppose try to deploy an app called VLC player. We try to check, suppose, I mean, I'm sure there might be, it's so popular, there might be a .msi version of that VLC player. Suppose we try to deploy an app that cannot be deployed through LOB process, which is that it should have .msi extension or MSI bundle or AppX extension. So we try to deploy that to check if VLC player could be converted into those extensions which are supported by LOB way of deployment, right? So we saw that, oh no, VLC player does not have MSI, it does not have Apex extension. So then what do? Then we go for the other option, Win32. So now we've decided, okay, we need to still deploy it on thousands of machines. So I'm going to go for Win32. I'm going to go for Win32. The actual terminology, Windows app. So it's Windows app Win32 deployment procedure. So I had a custom or in-house Win32 based app through Intune Win. So we're gonna make or convert this player or package this player into Intune Win. That is more, the technical way to say it, Intune Win extension. Because LOB extensions, we could not convert it to, so there are some applications that are complicated. So then you go for Intune Win extension. We will be converting this to Intune Win extensions, and then we're going to deploy it this way as Win32 through Win32 process of deployment, right? So first thing, we can't do it from here, so we're made to do it, package it and deploy it through this. So that's the first thing, the purpose, and it needs to be deployed to large amount of machines. Second thing, and third thing is that now how to set up the whole lab for that. So obviously we need an exe file for VLC player, and we need the Win32 prep tool, right?
Yep.
So,
right.
Yep, let's go here, and then we're gonna be clicking select here, but this is just to start. Select app package. Now this app package is asking that. Okay, so this app package is asking that where is the Intune.win file, Intune win file, right? So in that case, we're going to start creating our environment. Now, I had to create all this slides for that, but that's just one-time work. After that, obviously, it becomes easier. And this is the easiest application to do this. It's going to be fun or actually challenging when some bigger applications with more requirements needs to be packaged. The word packaging we're still using. So yeah, what we need to do is, according to the order of things, let's package and install a small application called VLC Player. It can be packaged using a small command line tool named Microsoft Win32 Content Prep Tool. So this tool needs to be installed, obviously. Let's do that. And then this tool archives. What does it do anyway? This tool archives and compresses the installation file to a .intune win file. And that's what we upload to Intune to be deployed to machines, right? So now in a simple diagram, if we go for the whole thing, I'm going to quickly just create that. You have a virtual machine here, and in that VM, you have an OS here. You install the VLC player inside. Actually, you just download the exe file of that, right? And then you also put that prep tool here, and then prep tool dot. So there's a specific name for that prep tool, and then you run the prep tool. It asks that where's the source or where's the file, and then we give that folder or wherever the exe is there, and then it asks several more questions. Where do you want me to output this? Do you want me to categorize this? But then after simple questions, and this is a very simple example of prep tool and packaging. So it then creates a VLC.
Amir, this doesn't have to be domain joined either. Eh? It could be a work group. It could be just a standalone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be a standalone machine as well.
Yeah.
So and it creates that output as Intune Win extension. So it seems like pretty simple. And yes, for this software, it's pretty simple. But when we go for bigger software, it gets complicated. once this is created, then we upload it to Intune, and from Intune asks a lot of questions. And once it is uploaded to Intune, then we deploy it to the machines, right? And during that upload, it does ask that, hey, okay, tell me how to install that, and give me a command for that. Then tell me how to uninstall and give me a command for that too. And also both should be silent /s. Both should be silent, right? Now, VLC has some simpler command lines here, but many other applications, you have to really dig down the documentation from the vendor that, hey, how do we do a silent installation? Silent means the end user doesn't see in the background. It just gets installed in the background. End user doesn't see anything, and all of a sudden, the app icon pops up. So it has installed in the background without user even knowing it.
It's
Right.
not even published.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's not silent installation. The installation process is hidden. But suppose you want to choose that, hey, show the icon and then publish it to company portal app, then it does show there. But the installation option process is all hidden. So yeah, uninstallation should also be hidden. Suppose we don't put /s. Then what will happen? It's just gonna pop up the screen, and end user is like, whoa, what is this? And it starts going. And maybe it stops and requires user input. So that would be a complete disaster for the admin. Now what's going on? What have we unleashed? Okay, so that's the procedure here. Now we're gonna go to the machine. We're gonna create a certain set of folders in the machine. So we could put these files one by one here. And then we're gonna run the other file, the prep tool. And it's gonna ask certain questions to create a package, Intune win package for VLC. And then we're gonna upload it and deploy it, right? So, whoa, that's why I had to start this quickly. Okay, let's go ahead. I have to take a screenshot of that. So we could know some diagram, infographic type view. Okay, let's go ahead. And now let's download this Microsoft Win32 content prep tool. So that content prep tool, I'm just going to open the Windows 10 is already open. I'm just going to go there and put some stuff there. Also, I'm putting this link in. Okay, what is app? Now, Microsoft Win32 content prep tool. I'm going to go there now. I'll just click that link and I put in WhatsApp. And it's going to open that site. All right, so it's opening the site. So it's github.com Microsoft/Microsoft Win32 content prep tool. The file that we really need is only this, Intune win app util.exe. We can go to the code and simply download the whole thing, or you can go to the exact file, click that, and then you can just download that file as well. Oops, where's the download folder? Oh, yeah, there's a download raw file. But I'll just go back here and go for the whole documentation kind of stuff as well. Download zip here.
Are you doing this on the VM or Mac?
Well, this is on my laptop because we can do it in the VM, but it's just too slow. The internet and overall experience is slow. So whatever I can do outside, I'm doing outside. So Win32 prep content, this is needed. I'll just extract it first and then copy it to the virtual machine. So extract all, extract, and that's the folder I need to copy in the virtual machine. So I'm just going to go there to the Win10. I need to also check the Win10 with one more thing because I tested this VLC before. So it was on 11, but at that time I shut down Win 10. I hope it's not already in Win 10. So yeah, all the, stuff. Yeah, it's not on Win 10. So, but I'll just check VLC anyway. No, it's not in the app area. It's just showing best match. Okay, we're good. Now I'm going to go to the C drive of this machine where I'm going to create the package and pretty much deploy the same thing here. So I'm going to go to C drive and just create some installation folder here. In the slide, there are lots and lots of screenshots. But anyway, here just Intune app install. You can just name it anything. Enter, and then I'm just creating 2 more folders here, actually 3 more. VLC, media player, and inside this, I'm creating 2 more, source and output. So because that prep tool will ask, where's the source and which folder has the output. So it's better to organize first everything and source and output. Now, once we are in the source and output, we're in that overall folder, install Intune app install. That's the overall folder, just for all organization purpose. I need to copy paste that file that I just downloaded to this. Hopefully it helps me copy paste. Otherwise, I'll check that if the VMware tools are installed or not. Oh yeah, we're good. So this folder is here that has all the files, but our interest is in the Intune Win app util application, it says here. So yeah, that's one thing, but we do need in the source in the VLC media player, the actual file as well. So let me check that if this internet is kind of reliable. So I'll just go for latest file on VLC, right? So download VLC player, right? Okay, so VLC media player, there you go. It's there's an org. Yeah, that's the same thing. Download. Yeah. So there are certain types. We're just gonna go for Windows 64-bit. And it's thinking of downloading it. Yeah. All right. So once it is downloaded, I'm just going to put it in the source folder that we have created, as that's the path we need to give to that folder. In fact, while it's downloaded, but let me just show you some of the stuff here. It says here, download the Windows Media folder. Then it says, let's create folders in our VMs, and that's pretty small, but it shows here Intune app creation, VLC media player source. If we go further down here, and then output folder is also created. Yeah, done. And then it says put the prep tool file in the folder as shown. Prep tool file obviously needs to know where is the exe file. And this is the simplest example, again, I'm saying, but there are much more complicated examples there as well. So let's run Intune app util and follow the prompts. Yeah, so we still have to reach here. So I'm going to go back here. It's deployed, it's downloaded. I'm going to go to the folder. I don't need it in this folder, so I'm just going to copy or cut paste here to this PC and C drive. Win32 content. Oh, not here. What am I doing? VLC media player and source, because the tool will ask, where's the source? Well, it's just organization purpose. Otherwise, you don't really need to name its source. We'll create another folder wherever they are. You can just put it there. Okay, so this is in the source. The output is still empty, obviously, because the output hasn't been created yet. Now, what we need to do is we can just simply go back to this tool that we have downloaded. If I just show this slide here, so yeah, it's there in Intune WinApp util, and we're gonna just double click it, and then it starts asking question. Pretty straightforward questions. I'm gonna double click it here inside the virtual machine. So it's asked, please specify the source folder. Obviously, we need to give the whole path of the source folder, just like this C:/ blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to go there. Where's the source folder? So VLC media player, source is here. And this is the whole path of my source folder. I'm going to Control-C it and go back to, yeah. So I put that path here. As soon as I press enter, it's going to say specify the setup file. Where is the setup file? So setup file is exactly, the actual file name inside the source. So first it asks for a path. Now what's the file name that it needs to check and package? So I'm going to go back to this folder here. And this is the file name, but it doesn't show the extension, although I don't think it needs to show, but there's a file name extension. I'm enabling that. So now it's going to show the extension. And then I just click once here. So I could copy the full name with extension here and paste it here, right? As soon as I press enter after this.
Hey, Amir. You can also use the shift right click and then it'll copy path. Shift right click.
Okay, so I'm going to do that again. So this is output, right? So I'm going to go here and then go for double click and then shift right click. Okay. Shift.
On the file, on the actual the folder.
Oh, then it will go
The
for,
path. Yeah.
yeah, it's an empty folder right
Shift.
now. So yeah, I'll go for the same. If it's on the file, then I'll do that.
I think you're understanding. It's exactly. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to copy the path.
Cool. Okay, so here output. Now it's going to ask for one more question, and that is, do you want to specify catalog folder? So catalog folder would be if we had a catalog which actually contains other files, if it was a much bigger application. And not only that, but it has a file. It's supposed to have a file inside the catalog folder that is supposed to tell this which file is doing what and where is it inside the folder. So there's a catalog file that comes with the whole, with the vendor deployment or vendor when they release it for the file to be deployed through this tool. So they give that information. Other than that, it also catalog folder also checks that, hey, what other things are inside this folder? Suppose, I had created this in a proper way in a, I created separate folders. Suppose I put it in a common download folder where there are so many other files as well. So catalog folder, actually, this catalog folder, it will copy pretty much whatever comes in its path within this path, right? Whatever comes within this path, it's gonna just simply add it to the package, which means in downloads folder, there was some random files not related to this VLC file. So everything within that folder structure would have been copied and it would have been a much bigger package. So we have to just, first of all, create a separate folder structure, which is only having the required file. Second thing is, since we don't have any catalog folder here, so we're just going to press N here or no and press enter. Then it's supposed to create Intune file, it says here. And yep, it has done that. Done what? If I go to this PC C drive, Intune app installer, and VLC media player, this time I'm going to output folder. So output has our Intune win file created. Now that was a simpler process because the file is very simple as well. Much bigger application with multiple shared folders, subfolders inside, not shared, subfolders inside. Then it also supports that too. It just creates a bigger package. It takes a bit more time. Now this file I really need to upload to Intune. Now I'm inside this application and my Intune is actually open outside here. So I'll just go to my laptop downloads folder and just simply first copy this file there. So it's copied here, it's downloads folder. So I'm going to now run it from my faster laptop speed. Okay, so I'm already there in this. Maybe we have forgotten, so I'm just going back here, Windows. I went to add, and then I'm going for the last one, Windows app Win32, and then select. We have already created a package. We just need to upload it, but then it asks a lot of other questions as well. If we select app here, and then we go for downloads folder, this is the one, the Intune package that we just created, and press O and K. Okay. Yeah, so there's a description here already, but obviously in a production environment, I would just create a proper description for that too. Publisher is VLC Media, and app version, whatever the app version is, actually it is in the install folder as well. 3.0. Yeah. Okay, and category is suppose, business. So it's critical for our business. I'm still pressing yes here, but this is saying featured apps are prominently placed in company portal so that users can quickly get to them. So I'll just put it as feature app. Suppose it's critical app. Information URL, yeah, go to the vendor website and just simply copy developer, owner, notes information, and we can upload the logo by getting it from the vendor. If we go next, then it asks, hey, where's the install command and where's the uninstall command? So where to get these is the easier way is, and I just put it in the slide as well. Easier way is that you just go ahead and install this application. Suppose it was not VLC Media Player, it was something else, a more complicated, much bigger application. Then you first install it in a test machine, the whole application, because some of their installed information you would need later. And let me show you which information. So you have to install this application when you're making a package of it. That machine is different. And when you're making, getting links from it. So it could be two test machines. One is where you're making a package of it, right? Other where this application is actually installed, right? Because you might need the installed applications links to actually create a package, right? It's not might, you will need, because we're about to do that. So if VLC is installed, I don't think in my laptop VLC is installed. Oh, it is installed. Okay, that's good. So this means, no, it's not installed. Okay, let me install it then. Click. I'm installing it in my laptop, but I'm not installing in that machine where I need to deploy it, obviously. And what? I hate it. So there's a pop-up here. Okay, so it's deploying now. Okay, next. Next, I'm just deploying it quickly. So we could see properly that where exactly you need to go to grab the install and uninstall path. But if you even see the screenshots as I put it in the screenshots, you will also get it. Click finish and then yeah, continue and it runs. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna close it. Now install path. If I go ahead, first of all, in the slide, it's ready now. Yeah. Intune when we go there. Yeah, that's a lot of screenshots. It's a one-time thing, but yeah, it's an effort.
Are you gonna share this with us?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
My head's spinning. You're going too fast here.
Yeah, it's 128, so at least it's gonna be recorded and you can always.
No, I know. I'm saying like, you're gonna send us these
Yeah, sure.
PPTs. Okay, good.
Uh-huh.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so here install command actually is pretty straightforward. It says here just the actual name of the file space / S, which is silent,
That's right.
right? Silent installation. So that's install command is pretty straightforward, but uninstall is what we're gonna check actually the path of the installed application and grab it from there. So install application, I'm just gonna go there and put it there, install command. So I'll just grab it from that. Yeah, that's not this one. Source. So obviously it will install this way. I'll copy this whole thing. I've copied it and put it paste here. Not question mark / S, right? So obviously it has a package. It just needs the command, hey, well, how do I install it? Now we tell it how to install it. But when it comes to uninstall command, we need to give a bit more detail. So it says here C:\/ program files /videolan /VLC /uninstall.exe/s. So obviously this can only be the path of already installed VLC player, right? So why don't we just visit that quickly because I just installed it. I'm going to go to C program files, video LAN. So it's C program files and V for video LAN. Yeah, video LAN, VLC. And then there is that uninstall file here, right? So yeah, what you were saying there, shift plus right click. So it should then copy the whole path.
That was also saying a mirror in the chat, our thing chat as well. That's a great option, but there's another way we can find out the uninstall.
So,
in regedit.
oh, sir. Yeah, regedit as well.
Yeah. And then
Sure.
the path is basically it's just a, like as an admin, it's a quicker way to do it, right? There's always a quick way to do things. So it's just a right click.
No. Well, yeah. So if I select the file and shift and then right click, right?
That's right. Copy as
And
path.
copy. Okay. Copy as path.
Yeah. That's one way. And then I also want to show another
Yeah,
way,
this
which is a
Yeah.
great way to do it,
Cool.
I think,
Cool.
and
Thanks.
very cost and very time.
And yeah, so we don't need the inverted commas here.
You can also do it in regedit.
Cool, nice. Yeah, that would be longer. So you
No,
already gave the
no,
path,
no,
so that's good.
No, the path is there. You just got to copy and
Yeah.
paste the path
Cool.
in regedit.
Cool. Yep, Roger is all about paths here, right?
Um,
Yeah, that's because we have less time, so let's try to finish this. Okay, thank you for this. And uninstall command is this, but how we get it now? This is VLC again. My suggestion: go for another one. Maybe 7-zip. Go for that. Maybe 2 or 3 of them. Simple one. Zoom. Go for that too, and have it as an assignment that deploy those with Intune Win create a package for the 7-zip, create a package for Zoom or Chrome. The more you deal with the better, because then you have to go dig down some paths there, and that's going to really be good for experience. Now, once that is done, so it says installation time required, okay, 60 minutes, but you can change it if you want. Allow available uninstall. Yeah, so somebody wants to uninstall, it's okay. Install behavior is for all users of that machine or just that user. Up to the company compliance policy, I'll keep it system. Device restart behavior, app install may force a device restart. Now that's tricky. If you don't restart, it's not going to install many of the, like it's not going to run properly. But if you do restart, you have to tell the users first, hey, what I'm deploying is going to actually restart, so be careful. And close all your work, save all your work, and then keep the laptop open because there's going to be a restart. So yeah, if you have done that, then this can still be selected. And then there is return code and code type. Success is 0, 1707 success. 3010 is soft reboot, 1641 is hard reboot. So if you want to check in the log files that, hey, what's the code here? What happened? So these are the code, and you can add some more here as well. If we drop down, so yeah, these are all the 5 available. There's for field as well. Okay, and we click next. So requirements. What operating system architecture should be there? So I'm just going for 64-bit. Nowadays, it's always 64-bit. Minimum operating system, yeah, we could just go for the lowest version that, hey, if it cannot be below that, or you can go for higher as well. And required disk space required. Well, that is if you really want to go for that. I'll just leave it physical memory required, at least this much MB, minimum number of logical processor required, this much 3 gigahertz, minimum CPU required megahertz, and then configure additional requirements. So yeah, if you want to go for a big application, maybe yes, but for this, we don't really need that. If we click next here, detection rules, it needs to detect which version is there. So choose to either manually configure the detection rules or use a custom script to detect the presence of the app. So is that app already there? If it's there, it's not going to install. If it's not there, or an older version is there, then it's going to install. So then we can go for, we don't have a detection script here, but there's a lot of scripts out there. We're going to go manual, and we're going to tell it exactly what to detect, what version to detect and install or not install, right? I'm going to go add, and then here there is a MSI version of that. I don't think it's a, we know that it's not an MSI installation file. So just check the exact file for VLC, and then check the version of that file, or just go to the registry and check. But we have to then give a detail of that. So the easiest one is file. And if you go for path, so as I also have shown in this slide, yep, the whole step, you can go to the file vlc.exe itself, and then you can get the file version. And this way you're telling it that, hey, if you find this file version, don't install. If you find older than that, different than that, then install, right? So that's what it's going to look like. Check the current one. I'm going to go to the same folder. Actually, I'm there already in that folder, and there's a VLC file. I can right click here and go to properties, details. So the version is 3.0.20.0, right? So that's exactly like in the slide as well. It's 16 here. I wrote 3.0 20.0. Okay, 30200. Okay, got it. So it's, and the path as well. Even here also, you have to give the path, but that's just the folder path, not the exact file. So I still have to go back here, and yes, this is the folder. Main folder is this. So I'll go for the path, and then the file. or folder. Oh, that's the path. And then there is its file is vlc.exe. So vlc.exe.
Yeah.
And then you have to actually tell it what version. So it's going to be string. And operator is equals. If it is equals to 3.0.20.0, then don't go for it, right? If it's different, then go for it.
This really
So
helps. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
we
Yeah.
used to in MECM, I used to do compliance baseline deployments for
Uh-huh.
Internet Explorer, right? So I can check
Yeah.
the file version. So by default, you know how Internet Explorer is installed in all the computers, right? Say, for example, there were 10,000 PCs.
Mhm.
I can check to see if it's compliant or non-compliant based on those baselines. And it was the only way to do it. But now with Intune,
Yeah.
we can actually use the detection rule to know that, hey, if it's not part of this value, like say for example version 8, 9, or 10, it'll be considered non-compliant, right? So
Yeah.
in this way we can kind of use the rule to
Yep.
say if it's less than this value or version,
Yeah.
then we can
So
go
that's
ahead and
also a requirement here.
similar, very
Yeah.
similar
Very
to
useful.
compliance baseline. Yeah.
Yeah. So associated with a 32-bit app or 64-bit client. So if that's the scenario, then yes. Otherwise, no is okay.
Definitely
So
gotta
this is
check.
overall. Yeah. So then 7-zip or any other, try it and make screenshots. It's only going to increase. And this is pretty critical, this way of deployment, because you will be asked, because there are so many different types of applications that companies may want to deploy. And it would come to you one way or another, because Intune is so much required now. So yeah, go for some other applications and make notes of those. I'm gonna press OK here and click next. Then there is dependencies. We don't have any dependencies for this particular application. VLC players is pretty straightforward one. Otherwise, we then have to go ahead and try to give some kind of information, search by name, publisher, and then what apps are it is dependent on, and those apps are already there or not. You have to make sure there's no dependency for this particular one. Supersedence, when you supersede an application, you can specify which apps will be directly updated or replaced. To update an app, disable the uninstall previous version option. To replace an app, enable the uninstall previous version option. There's a maximum of 10 updated or replaced apps, including reference to other apps. So basically, supersedence just means that VLC player that I'm installing right now is 3.0.20.0. So if there's a newer version of that, do you want to first uninstall the older version and then install the new version, or you want to just simply overwrite the new version? Or install it side by side with the older version. So there is that update. Update will just simply update the actual version and replace. Will actually, to update an app, disable the uninstall, right? So it will just simply update that to newer version. Replace, it will first uninstall the older one and then install the new one. Sometimes the applications or apps have that requirement that we don't want the previous application to be there, or it stops installation even if it finds a previous and says, hey, go ahead and uninstall that, then I'm going to install. So those kind of applications are there, then go for supersedence and try to explain that, okay, I want to upgrade or I want to uninstall and then replace. We don't need to do that. And click next. Now we know what to do here. Just add the group and Intune, select next, and that's it. Create.
Did you have
Yep.
the image? Did you
Sorry?
put an image of it? Pylon?
Okay. It's uploaded now. So it would be, upload. This stage is done.
Yeah.
So now the next stage is deploying. So all this is done, earlier stages. Now it should just deploy machines.
Did you
Okay,
add
so Mhm.
did you add the image to the pylon? To the
I added image to the Intune, and that's what I need to do.
yeah.
And so this was adding the image to Intune process, which we just completed now.
Yeah.
It's being completed now. And if we go back to this, so we did create a package for, this one. On this machine, we did that, but we didn't actually install it there. So the package is only created. So this means that we can easily deploy it on this machine. On the other machine, we actually already have it. But this machine, if it appears, this means we're good. I'll keep that sync starting when it is deployed. It has completed the deployment. Yeah, it is done, I think. Yeah. Upload the Intune package dot Intune win finished. We're good now from the Intune side. It is uploaded and ready to be deployed. So it's this one, and it's going to, yeah. So it's the process has started. I'll just request from the client side to make it a bit quicker. So that sync. So yeah, the icon should appear here when its installation is done. So this sync and the other one, I'll just start both syncs here. And the icon should be, if everything goes well, should appear here. So there's a question there in the chat. Booker says, what's this name? Okay, so can you recommend any tool to capture SAML logs? A couple of users are having authentication issues when trying to connect to the app via Chrome. Oh, I don't see my logs in Azure. On Azure, look like redirection doesn't happen at all. It is intermittent issue. Also works fine on Edge. I'm trying to capture on user machine. What is going on? Then trying to connect and SAML kicks in. Okay. Yeah, I have to check it out as well. I'll be Googling it and actually letting you know. But my friends are also always implementing a lot of stuff. So I'll spread the word and check it out, which is the better tool for capturing SAML logs. Authentication issues when trying to connect to the app via Chrome. To app via Chrome. Hey, Bakar, did you try with letting the users use another browser like Edge? Because one of my authentication actually worked when I used another browser. That was for another scenario, but it doesn't let me going through Edge. Then I had to go to Chrome. Yeah.
So which Edge is working fine, no issue at all. Chrome, sometimes it works, sometimes they get error. Error mean like sometimes the page doesn't show anything.
Okay. There's a bug fix as well. Normally, we had similar situation with another thing, and we searched, and there was actually a bug fix, an extension that we needed to add, and then authentication worked for some other scenario I'm talking about. But yeah, it's all about Google search then.
Like a Chrome extension, Amir.
Yeah, there was a Chrome extension that we added, and then one certain application got authentication because of that. But Chrome is having issue, but Edge does not. So obviously,
Edge shouldn't have issues. I don't think Edge should have issues whatsoever.
Bug fix or updated version. Check with the latest version as well. There are many then T-shoot steps for that, but I'll check it out as well. It's good you put it in WhatsApp.
Yeah, something to do with the conditional access policies. Azure doesn't like it or something. Sorry, not Azure. Chrome doesn't like it.
What?
No, but did you install that condition access policy? Some kind of.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
Oh man,
A
hey,
cap.
it's condition access policy. Oh, we exactly had that issue. We installed a tool that lets the Intune policies implement on Chrome. That tool we deployed through Intune PowerShell. So I'll connect to Office and then I'll send you that tool that you can install and check.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, now I remember it was kind of that issue. It was also Chrome, what we were facing. So I'll check it out.
Do the logs work?
Mhm.
Azure, SaaS, Azure, SaaS. Bakar, I guess
Well,
Bakar, that's a
Microsoft-
question for you.
So sorry, what's the question?
So in Azure SaaS, were you able to see the audit logs?
Not Azure SaaS, but I'm talking about like Azure and Azure Entra ID.
Yeah, that's SaaS. Yeah, that's it's not infrastructure because there's two different types of Azures, right? So we're talking about the admin center, the SaaS version. So if you're in there, are you able to?
Well, we have to connect it to log analytics, and that collects log files from
yeah,
anything if it is configured.
So there is an option for
Are you a
sign-in
G-
logs. Sign-in
Yeah.
logs per user. I can see. So
Yeah.
that log, it doesn't even show anything there at that time when user is experiencing issue.
SAML?
No, it's not an issue.
So in Entra, in identity in Azure, do you have the admin center?
Yeah.
So in identity, right? That's Azure Admin Center, which is the SaaS version of it. If you guys are using, like you said, log analytics, Amir, yeah, that's a different ballgame. You're paying for that. But if you're not a global admin, you won't have access to those logs. Only a GA would have access to those logs. If you're a GA, you should have access to those logs as a global admin,
Yeah.
a global reader.
But are there logs there?
There should be. Yeah,
or
there
not?
should be.
So that's
In SAML logs, yeah, there should be. There should be anything, even logins, anything you do, application. Amir, you know this just as much as I do. There's logs there. There has to be, right?
Yeah, but
You're
I mean,
capturing
I think
logs.
I faced that issue. I guess.
What about the
it
event
was
viewer?
same. So I'll check
Yeah.
that file.
No, I get it, but what about the event viewer? There's event viewer logs that he can
For
check.
Windows.
Yeah, because he's looking for
but
the
this is
SAML,
online. Mhm.
right?
This is online, so it's we have to just Google search, and then we found a solution
But
for that.
But if you go to identity, there's the logs there in the cloud.
Yeah, there are
Even if he
already
doesn't have log analytics.
connected logs. Yeah.
Because that's what he's asking. He's like to capture the logs. That's what they would do.
Yeah. So for our understanding, like its connection is not even going to Azure. So if not going, then there's no logs, right?
Okay.
Oh, it's installed. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay, so we're finally here. Okay.
But do you understand what I'm
And,
saying, Booker?
Yeah.
Do you not see them there? I guess.
No, I just see like audit log and sign-in logs.
But is this for a user or for an application? I guess that's my question because I didn't get that in the description you gave here. Is this for
user?
Yeah, then they all should be there. Go to identity. They should be there. Amir, even if you go to, you're a global admin, right? If you were to go to admin center and go to identity, the user logs are there.
yeah,
It'll show. Yeah, it'll
they
show.
don't show. No,
Unless,
he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying that those logs are not showing this particular issue related stuff.
then it has
I
to
mean,
be.
when user is saying, like for example, 10 o'clock that I got the error, I cannot access the application.
Unless there's a
Please.
cap, like you said, Amir.
Yeah. So
Okay, go ahead.
it's yeah. Well, I'll study that solution. Hopefully that works. But Okay, so it's installed. Yay! Have a nice weekend. Bye bye. That's great. So yeah, this is it, and we're gonna go for next week LOB, and then we're gonna switch to iOS and Android, and
Yeah.
hopefully this course moves forward. So yeah, okay, and
Yeah, send us your fix, Amir. I'd like to see that. And Bakar, are you able to show identity to us? Azure?
hey, it's their company identity, man.
No, but I'm
So-
saying like it's just, okay. So Amir, go to global, go to identity in our test environment because we should all have test environments, right? So if you go to identity, go to users.
Because I need to run as well.
Everybody
so
should
I
have a
need to be able
test or a
to
dev,
go
especially
back.
when
No,
we're
Yeah,
troubleshooting specific issues, right?
You
That's
can
how I
do-
do it. I don't ask
These are
people, I
all
just
the
troubleshoot.
all users
Yeah, those are all the
logs,
logs.
and
That's right.
logs. So
So those
he's
should
saying
have
that we
SAML
cannot
logs.
see that.
Well, and then he's not a GA.
No, this one
It's your role.
I can see these logs, sign-in logs,
Yeah.
but
that particular
when
information
the
you
user
cannot
is having issue, the logs are not registering here anything. The logs are not
Yeah.
doing anything here.
So you're missing logs from the user side. Then we should be able to use the event viewer. No, Amir.
No, like
Event.
that's the only way he can see logs for SaaS based,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah, for
cannot see that
SaaS.
information here.
Yeah.
So if not here, then where? So that's what.
So
I
you're saying
shared
none of these have anything to do with. You're saying that these don't have issues with the application.